Whether you're looking for the young stud to build around in Dynasty mode, or you're trying to find that ideal teammate pairing for Road to Glory, or maybe you're just wanting to know who to look for in the transfer portal, knowing who the best freshmen are in the nation is a good way to increase enjoyability here in College Football 25 and maybe even help make the decision as to the team that you want to use. I have scoured the nation for the best freshmen at every single position, and I'm going to give you my list for who I think are the best freshmen at every spot. I'm going to do the best I can to give you both some options in the big time programs, or if you want to have some good teammates in Road to Glory, be at the top of the country, or I'm also going to add some more mid to lower tier schools for you Dynasty fans who are looking for a fun freshman to build around. So let's get started with the quarterback position. The highest rated freshman in the game is Arch Manning, the quarterback for the University of Texas. He comes in with that star development trait. The accuracies are on point, has a really strong arm. The one drawback with him is he's not super fast by any means. 76 speed with 83 acceleration will still be enough to get the job done, to pick up that key first down on third and medium, but you're certainly not going to be running much of the option with Arch Manning. But if you're just looking for a freshman quarterback who's going to sling it around the yard consistently and accurately, Arch Manning is your man. Already an 88 overall. I think that's with a little bit of a boost. I think he's a base 87, but Texas has a quarterback for quite some time. If you're looking for a little bit more of that speed, Tennessee is the place to go. Coming in with an elite dev trait here, we have redshirt freshman Nico Iamaleava. I have no idea how to pronounce that name, I apologize, but another guy with really good accuracy ratings, 97 throw power, and then 85 speed and 86 acceleration. I really think it's between him and Arch Manning for the best quarterback freshman in the game. It just kind of depends on how much you value the accuracy versus kind of the athleticism. This guy has the boost in the speed, acceleration, a little bit in throw power, or Manning's just a little bit more accurate. It's kind of just whatever you're looking for at the quarterback position. Now, if you're going for a little bit smaller of a school, not the smallest by any means, Boise State has a redshirt freshman here in Malachi Nelson, pulling that elite dev trait here. Really good accuracy, not quite as strong of an arm as the previous two guys we mentioned. It does come in with 86 speed and 88 acceleration, more than enough to get the job done. The starting quarterback for South Carolina is redshirt freshman Lenoris Sellers here. 93 throw power on him, got that good arm, has the fastest speed that we've mentioned so far, 88 speed and 91 acceleration. You do see a dip in the accuracies at this point though, but they're still certainly good enough. This is a guy that you can have throwing the football in the SEC for years to come. And then the last guy we're going to preview here for the quarterback position is the TCU true freshman here out of Alito, Texas, Haas Hejny. Some of these names are very hard to pronounce. He does have the lowest throw power here of the quarterbacks that we're previewing, but he makes up for it with having the highest speed. It has that speed over 90, which should make him a very fun quarterback to run some option with and scramble around, make some throws on the run. So if you're looking for a true freshman here with some really good speed, I think you can't really get better than Haas Hejny. Moving on to the running back position here, where I think the best freshman in the game comes with Texas A&M's Ruben Owens here. Comes with that star dev trait here. Juke move is already in the 90s for the freshman here. Has 94 speed and 96 acceleration. This guy is going to be an absolute delight to use in Dynasty mode or have alongside you in the backfield in a Road to Glory. Ruben Owens is an awesome freshman prospect. Oklahoma has themselves some serious speed in the backfield, and Taylor Tatum here, a true freshman with star development, is no exception here. He boasts 94 speed and 96 potential. He's also buried down in the depth chart in Oklahoma, so there's a chance that he could be entering the transfer portal. So, you know, make sure you have your eye out in case he does. He's got some really good running backs, including backs that aren't going to graduate anytime soon, and even 98 speed Sawchuck here ahead of him. Going to a smaller program here with Old Dominion, where we've got Devin Roche, only 5'7" and 166 pounds. Maybe that's why, unfortunately, he only has a normal dev trait here. 90 speed is still good, not elite though, but that 97 acceleration, as well as that 96 change of direction, you're probably going to be able to pull off some really nice moves with this guy. Juke and spin move wise, you just wish he had higher than that normal development. If that last guy didn't have enough speed for you, let me introduce you to Chris Johnson Jr., who, despite what some people are saying out there, is not the son of CJ2K. Impact development here, but the reason you're excited about him is 98 speed, 98 acceleration out of the backfield. He's got that elite breakaway speed, boasting that gold takeoff ability as well. The Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns have themselves a really talented freshman starting for them. Impact development, Elijah Davis. Good speed here for sure. Good carrying, kind of an all-around good player. Maybe not elite in any one category, but can do a little bit of everything for you. And so if you're looking for one of those one-star programs to start a rebuild with, this is a running back that you can use for the foreseeable future in said rebuild. One team you're going to be seeing quite a lot throughout this video is Tennessee. They've got themselves an insane crop of freshmen here, and Peyton Lewis is no exception. At 6'1", 200 pounds, he has 97 speed and 95 acceleration. Carring's in an all right spot. Needs to work on the juke and the spin move and such, but you might not have to juke anybody out if you're just running by him. He's another guy who's kind of buried on the depth chart, so might be somebody that enters the transfer portal at some point, so keep your eye out for him. I know Colorado's going to be one of the more popular rebuilds here in College Football 25, and Brandon Hood, a freshman running back with 96 speed, is one of the reasons to get excited about this team. Of course, there are many more, but this guy should be a really fun guy to utilize down the road. And then the last running back we're going to talk about here is actually a fullback. Had to give fullback a little bit of love here. Unfortunately, normal development for Leo Kemp here, but a good overall. He's really fast and can catch a lot. He's just not very good of a blocker. So if you're looking for a blocking fullback, he isn't for you. Heading now to wide receiver, where I think the best freshman in the game pretty easily is Jeremiah Smith, because of course Ohio State would have the best freshman receiver in the game. Star development trait, he's got excellent size, the release is there, the route running is there, the catching is there, he can make people miss after the catch, and then of course has the mid 90s speed, all to top it off at 6'3", 215 pounds. This guy is about as perfect of a wide receiver freshman as you can get. Texas Tech could be a fun team to use in Dynasty or Road to the Show, and one of the reasons why is Micah Hudson, who boasts an elite development trait as a freshman here, and he is very good after the catch. Juke move in the 90s. His route running is really solid as well. Not quite as fast as some of the other guys on the list, but that elite development trait on a team that's going to be a fun Dynasty pick, I think makes Texas Tech even more of an enticing option. Definitely one of the lowest overalls we're going to talk about here in this video, but because it's a small school, you're going to have to deal with those lower overalls. But with 98 speed, I don't think you're going to be complaining here with Jaquan Smith. Impact development trait on him. Another smaller school with a lower overall here, but if you're just looking for speed, Shackelford is going to provide it for you. Impact development as well. The best freshman tight end in the game in my book is Luke Reynolds here. He's a 6'4" vertical threat tight end for Penn State, and 88 speed with 93 acceleration as well. Has some good catching, can run some routes pretty well. Just don't really ask him to block, but who needs an 88 speed tight end to block? Another small school find here with Georgia Southern. Elijah Walton here. Unfortunately, normal development on this guy, but he's got maxed out quickness at 87 speed, 87 acceleration. Getting a tight end with a little bit of juice in such a small program could make for a good, underdog road to glory teammate for sure. Let's move to the offensive line, particularly the tackle spot, where I think the best freshman in the game is Jordan Seaton for Colorado, an absolute gem of a find for that program. Elite dev trait on him. He is very athletic with 72 speed, 86 acceleration. He can run block. He's got the power. He can pass block. I mean, this guy's really everything you want. 87 speed isn't elite by any means, but it's certainly good enough. Super well-rounded, elite development traits. He's really got anything that you really need in an offensive lineman. The University of Miami has got themselves a stud at that left tackle spot, also sporting that elite development trait here. This guy's not maybe as good of an athlete, but boy, is he a really good pass protector and not too shabby in the run block either. His base run block isn't great, but his finesse is elite at 90, powers in a decent spot as well. But with elite development traits, the sky is the limit for this offensive tackle. Only having a normal development trait is rough, but for Javen Williams here, what really gets you excited is the 99 strength at offensive line. This guy is going to absolutely destroy people in the run game. Unfortunately, his run blocking is already maxed out. If you have Architect that allows people to increase their caps when they level up, this guy could truly develop into something. Has a ways to go as a pass blocker. Not bad by any means, but look at all the development he can get to get even better down the road. Just has that normal development trait is really the only thing not to like about this guy. We're sticking here with Penn State as we head into the interior, as this team just has a duo of interior offensive linemen that I think could really help boost the production of a road to glory running back. I would definitely consider Penn State just because you have some young offensive linemen that are going to grow with you here. You got Cousins as center, and then right guard, you have another freshman who is an 81 overall, also star development on him. So didn't want to spend too much time on the interior offensive linemen and the tackles, but Penn State had one of my favorite freshman tackles and then two of my favorite freshman interior offensive linemen. That's a really good future offensive line for Penn State. Now over to the defense now, where we're going to start with the edge position, and Colin Simmons is my favorite edge rusher. Really unfortunately, he got the normal development trait. I think if he had something like Star, he'd be the easy pick for best edge freshman. 84 speed, 91 acceleration with finesse moves already over 85. It's got that great athleticism, has the skill set early, just gonna be a little bit slow on the development, unfortunately. And that lower development maybe opens the door for maybe Bryce Young to be the best edge in his place. Star development is quite a bit different now. His finesse moves are even higher, just not quite the athleticism, although it's close enough that I probably actually thinking about it making this video now. I would say Bryce Young would be my pick for the best edge defender freshman, but that Texas guy is still really good. Pitt's got themselves a pretty good speed rusher here with impact development, 85 finesse moves right off the rip. Just a little bit low on the speed, though the acceleration is in a really good spot. Coming back up on this list is Tennessee once more. Jordan Ross has some insane acceleration, the highest of all of the freshman edge rushers that I was able to look at. 85 finesse moves. He's probably entering that conversation with the Notre Dame kid and the Texas kid for the best edge rusher. Just normal development on two of those three guys is just rough. Heading now to the interior of the defensive line, where my favorite IDL freshman is Marcus Deal here with star development for TCU. Has that elite strength that you love to see. Can stop the run with 84 block shed, can rush the passer, with 85. with 84, 3 power moves. Just not super quick, but at defensive tackle, it's not the biggest deal breaker by any means. Virginia Tech has a very interesting interior defensive line freshman here with impact development. Curtis Perry here, very good finesse moves, and if we go down to quickness, he's got really good speed at 81 speed, 87 acceleration. Problem, only 77 strength, so not going to be much of an impact in the run game. You need that strength to get up, I think, to be, you know, an every down impact player. There's also this Miami player here with star development, Armando Blunt, listed at end, but I think his skill set is for the interior. 93 strength here, 85 block shed, 78 power moves. More of a run stopper, but really athletic, and could maybe play a little bit on the edge, but I think better fits as kind of that interior defensive end, especially at 310 pounds. Yeah, definitely an interior defensive end. Now we get to off-ball linebacker, where it seems like Clemson is just churning these players out, and Sammy Brown is no exception. I think he is pretty easily the best off-ball linebacker as a freshman in this game. Elite development trait, and he's got elite speed as well, 92 speed, 91 acceleration. He can cover the pass, he can stop the run, he can hit hard, he can tackle up well. I mean, he's got literally everything you want in an off-ball linebacker. This is the perfect user. I think this guy is officially the lowest overall in this video, but I had to include him because of that 93 speed at middle linebacker. That is absolutely insane, and he even has room to grow when he develops, which is kind of insane. What's this guy gonna be, like 98 speed at middle linebacker by the time he's done developing? That would be absolutely insane. A little bit more raw, which explains his lower overall, but athlete-wise, you're looking for, you know, a 1-star program, maybe that might be 2. I think they're 1 though. And you want a user on defense, it's going to be insane. Look no further than Merrill Jr. Another lower overall here with some speed, but Mississippi State, one of the bottom teams in the SEC, and maybe not quite as bad as Vanderbilt, but I think they're actually the same overall wise in this game. 90 speed on a true freshman for a team that'll be tough to rebuild in a tough conference. I think TB Hinton is a good reason to pick Mississippi State. Now we head to the defensive backs, where at the cornerback spot, I think Alabama has the best freshman corner in the game, and they might even have the best 2, or at least 2 of the top 5. The one I'm going to highlight here, though, is Jalen Mbakwe, because he is super quick. Not only is he a 79 overall freshman, which is a great place to start, he has elite athleticism. The man coverage, not a bad place to start for a freshman either. This guy by the end of his career is going to be absolutely insane. Only the impact development, and as I was saying, he has another 79 overall true freshman corner alongside him in that same room, and a redshirt freshman. This freshman corner room for Alabama is nasty. Corner is one of those spots that I feel like a lot of small schools have some studs, and North Texas is one of them here. Impact development, Taylor Starling here. Another guy that has absolute wheels, 97 speed, 96 acceleration. And if you have that level of speed, you can make up for the fact that you might have a little bit lower in the coverage ratings. We're going to stay in the state of Texas here for the second Texas Tech Raider to make this list. Miles Thompson here. And again, it's just because of the wheels. I feel like at corner, you really need somebody that has absolute speed. 74 zone coverage. And 61 man is rough though, so you're gonna have to develop that pretty significantly. Sticking with the small schools here now, Arkansas State getting a shout out here on the video. Another guy that just has blazing speed. If you can't tell at the cornerback spot, I really just need you to have speed. I gave Alabama a shout out for having such good freshman corners, but Georgia might not be very far behind at all. Andre Evans here, 96 speed and acceleration for 77 overall is nice. He's the last corner on their roster. They also have 93 speed, 97 acceleration, true freshman, 83 overall. He's the highest rated. I gave the best corner slot to the other guy just because he had the better speed, but honestly, there's a very good argument that with 84 man coverage off the rip, Ellis Robinson is actually the best corner in the game. I don't think speed is everything for me at every position, but corners is just one of the spots that I think it is king. But like the 97 acceleration, 96 agility, 94 change direction, I mean, Ellis Robinson should probably be the one that I named the best freshman corner in the game. Now we get to safety, and this is where I get to shout out the team that I am rebuilding in College Football 25 currently. If you like Dynasty Mode, go ahead and try and check out that series. We do things a little bit differently than typical on this channel, but Dante Carter is really fast at the safety spot. He can hit pretty hard. Where is that hit power? It's only 70, but I've seen him actually be able to get off some pretty hard hits. Surprised at that 70 rating, honestly. But he can both zone and he can cover both zone and man. Just a very good cover player. I guess the 70 hit power is, yeah, I'll just say he doesn't play like it. I think the other candidate for best freshman safety is once again back in Georgia. They're building an insane secondary over there. 94 speed, 95 acceleration. He's a little bit better than Carter for sure. Just wanted to give Vanderbilt the shout out initially here for the safety spot. Minnesota has themselves a pair of really good freshman safeties, but the one I like the most here is Koi Peric. Star development trait on him, has 91 speed and 95 acceleration. He is really good at man, but not as good at zone, which is surprising for a safety here, but he can really jump. And then lastly here, I wanted to get one strong safety on the list. We're going to go with Cody DeCambra here, impact out of UNLV. I will say the free safety spot was a bit better than the strong safety spot here for the freshman, at least in my opinion. And that's going to wrap up the list of the most overpowered freshmen in College Football 25. Let me know, do you disagree? Did I leave anybody out that absolutely should have been on the list? And did I help you maybe pick the team you want to use for Dynasty or Road to Glory? Let me know in the comment section below. Maybe check out my Vanderbilt Dynasty Mode. Also going to be working on another project here soon. That's all I've got for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon.